Welcome to this week's episode of HCTV. We're here celebrating our first milestone episode, our 10th episode, with our first live studio audience, doing a nice Q&A session. So we'll go ahead and get right to it.
This is HCTV.
To it. So we have a lot of questions to get through today, and our first is going to come from Emma P. Is Emma here? All right. What was your question? How many years have I cheered at HotCheer? I cheered at HotCheer for 3 years, I believe. I started in 9th grade at high school, and I've been here every year since, pretty much, helping coach. So this will be my 6th year here at HotCheer. So thank you for your question. That was a good one. And our next question is from Caitlin. Caitlin, are you here? There we go.
How do you get excited for competitions?
So competitions are actually probably one of my favorite parts of cheerleading. Getting excited for them. I do a lot of pumping up with music. I put in my headphones. I get in the zone before it. And then I actually get there a little bit early and I watch a lot of teams beforehand because seeing other teams perform and do their best kind of motivates me to do my best whenever I get on the floor. So that way, whenever I get back into warm-ups, I'm ready to go. I've seen what other people are doing. I know what my job is, and so that's how I get excited. Our third question is from Kendall. Kendall, what is your
How did
question?
you find HotCheer?
How did I find HotCheer? I found HotCheer actually. I did a rec cheerleading program around here, close to my hometown. Or is actually in my hometown. And my sister actually cheered at HotCheer while I was in rec. So when she was cheering there, I always wanted to do all-star cheerleading, but I had to wait until after I graduated from my rec program after 8th grade. And then 9th grade, you're too old to do rec cheerleading, so I joined HotCheer as the first boy ever here. So that was a lot of fun, and that's how I found it, because my sister was a cheerleader here. And our next question is from Ashlyn. Ashlyn, what was your question? Who is my favorite coach? That's a hard question, but I think I'm a little pressured now that there's actually a coach up here. But actually my favorite coach probably at HotCheer, one of them is probably Kayra. It was just, she was on my team for the first 2 years I cheered here. And then the third year, she went from competing with me at Worlds on my team, and the next year she was actually my coach that got us to Worlds and placed 4th the next year. She trained really well with me, and she trains her athletes very well, prepares them, gets them consistent for competition. So she's probably one of my favorite coaches, and I'll have her come up right now so she can answer a couple questions for you guys. So, does anybody have any questions for Kayra? Go ahead.
Yes, Maddie.
What is your favorite part about coaching?
My favorite part about coaching is probably seeing all the kids get new skills. I love whenever kids get new skills.
You have to answer the chair.
Oh, okay. Okay. I love whenever kids get new skills and they've tried really, really hard to get, say someone's getting a back handspring and they take forever to get a back handspring, and when they finally get it, I'm like, yeah, back handspring. So I really love that about coaching, whenever kids get new skills. Love that. Anybody else? Yes, Mandy?
What did it feel like placing 4th in the world?
Well, it was really hard. That year was a really hard year. We went from getting 11th at Fest Indy Super Nationals, and we looked a mess there. And then we came back and trained really, really hard. And when we went to Worlds, we didn't change anything. We didn't get new music or anything. We just kept with the same routine. And so our athletes were able to hit it. So everyone else, I think, failed and got deductions and stuff. And we hit perfect both days. So that helped us get to 4th, and it felt amazing because it was my first year coaching a Worlds team. Yay! Shall I screw it off?
Yeah. on to our regularly scheduled questions. And Jaylee, what was your question?
How do you come up with the divisions and levels?
Okay, so during placements here at HotCheer, how we come up with divisions and levels, it's based off of what skills are presented to the coaches at placements. They'll see what age groups we have and what skills that age group has, and they'll basically make teams based off of the talent that they get through the door. They don't really ever usually have teams in mind that they want until placements happen. So like while they're looking through the kids and the talent that they have, they'll start to put together groups of kids that will mesh well, that have good skills, that will really be successful in that year, and that's how they come up with the divisions and levels for their teams. So that was a really good question. All right, Chloe, you're up next. What was your question? That's a good question. HotCheer's uniform styles usually stay in place for like 3 or 4 years usually. So I know I only had really 2 uniforms while I was at HotCheer, and my last year is when we got our first uniform, and they had the first uniform that I had here before I even got here. So I had that for about 3 years, and then I got a new one at the end of my 3rd year. So usually uniform styles stay in place for 3 years, 3 or 4 years. And that's probably what you can expect in the future, although I can't speak for the gym, but I think usually they're going to stay in play for like 3 to 4 years. Good question. And our next question is from Madison. Madison, what was your question?
What is similar against HotCheer's program?
Good question. What's similar between the HotCheer program and the Penn State Cheer program? And there's actually not too much that is similar until I'm actually training for the college national championships. When I'm training for the for nationals, practices are kind of similar to what we do at HotCheer. We train, we come in, we warm up, and we warm up our skills, and then we go full out, and we go out full out pretty much all practice until we're done. But other than that, the programs are like 2 completely different programs, where Penn State is basically a game day kind of cheer program. You're really preparing for all your games and cheering for your teams and stuff like that. And HotCheer, coming in every day and you're practicing the same thing over and over again so you can perfect it for your competitions. So 2 programs don't have too much similar, but that's an awesome question because a lot of people, they're all these different college programs are completely different, and some are based off of competition and some do train more like HotCheer. But the program that I am at doesn't really train like that until national season comes around. That was a good question. Thank you. And that wraps up for our questions. Thank you guys for asking me all these really good questions. But next time, you guys are going to have to go on Twitter and use the hashtag AskHCTV, so we have questions like this all the time. We don't get to do studio audiences all the time, so your way to get us your question is to go on Twitter and hashtag AskHCTV, and we can get your questions on every episode. So it'll be a lot of fun. And we also, while we're wrapping up, we have special gifts for our live studio audience for joining us today. If you reach under your chair, you'll see a little nice hot towel, AllStars terrible towel. So thank you guys for joining us today, and we hope you enjoy your gifts. And thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode of HCTV. And we're gonna have a lot of fun with this. So